Well, the tour continues.
Tour continues. Excellent. What did you say those towers are called in Rochdale? There's a name for
The
them.
Seven Sisters.
Seven Sisters.
Yes.
That's right. The Seven Sisters.
Some might say the Seven Ugly Sisters.
Right. So, how are you finding your new role, Richard, as chairman of the board?
Yeah, I tell you what, there's loads of people from work who asked me that question, and I'll say the same to you as I said to all of those. I'm absolutely loving it, and really, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. You know, I've not looked back. A lot of people have said, "Yeah, but you know, did you have any trouble letting go?" And I, no, really not. It's like from the day that we swapped over on the 1st of October, it was like, no problem at all. Happy to let go, happy for you to take over. I think it really helped that we'd known each other for well over a year by that point. So I'd got to know you, I'd got to know that your values and mine were very uncannily aligned, actually. So I sort of knew who I was handing the CEO role over to. And I think since then, I've had no temptation to dabble and tell you how to do your job and stuff like that at all. And I think separate to that, the time that I freed up as in my chairman role to get out there and do the brand ambassador thing, talking to the press, speaking at conferences and stuff, it's all been new and a lot of good fun, actually, and good to get ZEN's name out there. You know, our biggest challenge really is we're not known enough.
Absolutely right.
And of course, we can't compete with the big guys on advertising, so we need to get out there through PR, through any other means that we can.
No, absolutely.
So that everyone in the UK who thinks I need broadband or I need cloud, it's like, right, well, there's all the big guys, and ZEN, you know, they think of ZEN alongside the big guys. Yeah. I mean, that press release that the BBC did about the Ofcom announcement, where it said, you know, the 5 ISPs that have adopted this code of conduct are BT, TalkTalk, Virgin, Sky and ZEN. You know, we were there listed on the BBC alongside the other 4 big players. And I thought, that's what we want to see more of.
Absolutely. And we got a very clear burst of incoming orders and incoming inquiries and more traffic to the website as a result of that release. So it shows that PR works, and as you know, in our marketing strategy, PR is a central plank of what we want to achieve, both building up our corporate brand and corporate brand awareness, but also driving at a tactical level with the right kind of initiative, lead generation activity, so that we get inbound orders.
So the short answer is I'm loving my role.
Good.
Fantastic. I thought for some considerable time before having the discussion with you about the swapping roles. So, you know, I thought it all through, and it just, when I came back to it, I went through all the sort of logical reasoning, but it really felt right. And I think since we've swapped, it's just confirmed, that was so the right thing to do. And already, you know, ZEN, I can say already ZEN is doing better now than it would have done if we not swapped roles. And I think that's just the tip of the iceberg, obviously, of what we're planning to achieve in the coming years. Absolutely. And I think to your credit, it is very unusual for a founder entrepreneur of a business who's been as intimately connected as you have with it since its very inception to hand over the reins to a new chief executive and then not interfere. I mean, the temptation for most founder entrepreneurs is just to look over the shoulder, just to make sure everything is okay. And I have to say, to your eternal credit, it was like a binary decision. You know, one moment you were chief executive, and the next moment you were chairman, and that's very typically you. And you've absolutely lived up to that. So of course,
we have loads of discussions, and I'm sure people realise, well, I hope they realise that we talk every week, multiple times every week.
Indeed.
And that I borrow masses from your experience and knowledge and your counsel generally on all sorts of topics relating to the industry and the markets we serve. And but in all of those discussions, I never ever get the feeling that you're in any way telling me what to do, or instructing me to follow a particular path. It's all based on questions and shared ideas and positing what might be and stretching boundaries and thinking things differently. And that's exactly the kind of challenge that I like. In fact, I love, because it makes me start to think differently and work things out of my own head. So no, for me, it's been I think that the relationship, which worked very well when I was chair and you were CEO, is working just as well but differently. Now that the roles are reversed. I mean, that's great.
Absolutely.